Hey, come on in. This is Aaron Smith. Once again, your financial design coach. I'm excited about being here to be able to share with you strategies that allow you to build on your personal wealth. Look here, money is greater than money. Let me repeat that. Money is greater than money. Once again, I hope that you have something to write with, something to write on as I share with you today some strategies that are really important as we talk about the psychology of money, right? Money has a psychology to it. Until we are able to recognize that, it's very hard for us to build on the wealth that's important to us, for ourselves, and for our families. Have you ever have you ever been sad because of money? Mhm. Have you ever been sad that you didn't have enough money? Okay, I'm just not feeling, I'm in that mood where I'm feeling sad because I just don't have enough. Have you ever been there? Have you been in a situation where you're sad or you're guilty because you have too much money, right? Think about that for a second. I have too much money, Aaron, and because I have too much money, I feel guilty about the wealth that I have accumulated. I feel guilty about the income that I'm earning, where maybe my colleagues or maybe my friends or family haven't amassed enough income or that amount of income or that amount of wealth, and I feel guilty, right? So we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about money is greater than money, right? Have you ever been happy because you've been able to make ends meet financially? Have you ever been happy because you've been able to purchase that nice car that you like to have? Or maybe you purchased that car with cash and it made you happy. Or you've been able to finance your child's college education, right? And that makes you feel good, makes you happy, right? Okay. So money is greater than money. Once again, money is greater than I want to be able to hopefully share this evening is the reasons why we are sometimes challenged financially, or sometimes where we're not able to get to the next level financially. It has nothing to do with your education level, has nothing to do with any degrees that you may have or don't have. It may not have anything or don't have anything to do, I should say, uh, with the amount of income that you earn. Not at all. So, as we dig in, we're going to talk about some things that are within our understanding of how money makes us feel and what money can make us think, make us do. Well, money is very powerful and it has a powerful effect on every aspect of our lives. Just think about it. Does money or can money affect your health, your spiritual health, or your mental health? Right? It can affect your opportunities. hmm Opportunity to get those opportunities that you would like to have, or make you believe that there are opportunities that are not out there for you because you may not have the money, right? Okay, so I want you to think about this for a second. There are some emotions that go along with money. There are some needs. There's some connections. When we talk about money, the emotional effect of money, our sense of well-being when it comes to money, our overall mood when it comes to money, right? So if you think about emotions, how you feel, right? Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you angry? Right? How are you feeling? Sometimes when you are not able to do something with the money that you have earned, or even if you're just not earning any money how does it make you feel? How does it make you, how does your emotions connect with your money, right? I want you to think about this for a second. I want you to really dig down into why you do what you do with your money. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about how we learn about money. Where is the foundation of how we think about, learn about money, and how it creates for us the ability to live our best lives out? I'm going to share that in just a moment. But what I want to touch on right now is that money does have an emotional effect on us, and many times we may not recognize it. Okay? We may not recognize it. So, are you feeling sad? Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling guilty about your money? Right? Are you feeling a self or a sense of self well being when it comes to your money? Right? What is that? Is it emotional? How emotional? Is it physical? You're physically, you have some physical results of your money, good or not so good. We always say, which is very true, is that if you don't have health, you don't have nothing. And that's a very true statement. It doesn't matter how much wealth you have, how much income you make, how much dollars you have in your bank account. If you don't have good health, it doesn't matter. But here's something that's very important, that our money, how much we earn or how much we don't earn, how it affects our family situation, our relationships, our business relationships, our marriages, right? How we think about money and what we do with money has a direct effect to our health, whether it allows us to be able to have a positive health outcome or a negative health outcome. You know, one of the things that's so important that I ask all the time when I'm speaking with individuals about money is I ask them, what is important about money to you? I want you to think about that for a second. But once again, I hope that you have something to write with, something to write on. I want you to make a note right now. Question is to you, what's important about money to you? I'm not asking the question, what do you want to do with your money? That's not the question. The question is, what's important about money to you? Well, is it not having to worry? Is that important about money to you? Not being stressful? Is that important? Is that what's important about money to you? Please make a note of this. Write it down. Join me right now. Please provide yourself with something to write on, something to write with. I want you to go through this short exercise with me. The question is, what's important about money to you? Not what you want to do with your money. I'm not asking you that I want to take a vacation with my money, Aaron. I want to buy a new house with my money. I want to leave money to my children. I'm not asking that question right now. I'm only asking one simple question. What's important about money to you? See, most of us don't manage our wealth according to our value system. That's why we have challenges with money. So, what's important about money to you? Is it good health? Is it to not to worry, to have less or no stress, to create peace of mind, mhm, to maintain my independence, mhm, to have my freedom, mhm. to spend more time with my family. Mhm. See, there are a whole lot of things that you can say about what's important about money to you. And I hope that you were able to jot some of those things down on your paper. Because this is truly what money means. Money doesn't mean the biggest car or the biggest house. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean the finest jewelry. What money really means and what money really equals is your value system. Money is greater than money. It's our value system that great grandma, great granddad, mom, dad gave to us. That's our value system. And your money is never going to be as important as your value system. So if we go back to the foundation, which is our value system, when we're thinking about money concepts and what we do with our money, we make even stronger decisions with our money. Matter of fact, you have a better mood when you think about your money. And it doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't matter how much you have in your investment account, right? Our mood is going to be level because it's going to be more about our value system, right? So you want to be earning enough money that's allowed you to live your best life in your value system. Mhm. You want to have enough money in your investment account or your bank account that allows you to live your best life according to your value system. Hmm. Right? Okay. There used to be a show, it's about been a little bit over 10 years ago now. And some of you may remember this show. He said, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Right? It was this show that came on actually every day. It was a daily evening show. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Right? And it was all about millionaire status. And I am a champion. I am a champion for millionaire status multiple times. I'm a champion for that. But the show really drilled down to who wants to be a millionaire, and people start thinking about how do I become a millionaire? Right? What are the things I need to do to become a millionaire? Right? Can I do I need to go back to school and get more advanced degrees so I can obtain that millionaire status? Do I need to start a business so I can reach that millionaire status? Right? Or what game could I play? What lottery opportunity could I potentially win so I can hit that $1 million status? Right? But it really wasn't about the $1 million, you all. It was about your value system, your peace of mind, your comfort, not having to worry, maintain your independence, freedom, spending time with your family, having a stronger relation with your God. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Money is greater than money. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we got where we are when it comes to our money. Good or not so good, right? Good or not so good. So on Daily Bread, this podcast here, right here, is you're going to get 32 years of experience, financial topics that are not just conversations. This is about actually being on the gridiron, understanding all of the strategies that are out there to allow you to build on your wealth. To build on your wealth. And many of us, many times I see, well, you can do this to create this real estate opportunity for you. Or if you strategically plan this way on your taxes, you'll get a better tax refund. Or if you invest in this type of investment, it's going to give you this type of yield or return. All those things are great, but it never works well if you don't know your foundation. And your foundation is your value system. And our coaching understanding of money comes from the more knowledgeable others. I'm going to share with you the more knowledgeable others and how those more knowledgeable others are holding you back from building the wealth that you deserve. And you don't even know it. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And the reason it's not your fault is because you were never educated on money. That's right. Yours truly never was educated on money. When I went to school, I had a traditional education. And most of you had the same type of education that I had. I had the basic classes. And if I was a gifted student, they gave me some advanced classes. But they all were under the same idea. English, history, right? Mathematics, reading. These are our basic foundation courses that we were required to take from this grade to advance to this grade, to advance to this grade, to advance to higher education. That's what we're taught. I was never taught about personal finance. My mom and dad had no idea how to share with me and my two brothers on what was amortization schedules. What was the different types of debt strategies? They didn't teach me about what was beta or alpha when it came to stock portfolios. Matter of fact, I had no idea what a stock was or the difference between a stock and a bond. They never talked to me about real estate and lending money in real estate. They never talked to me about how you buy other properties or additional properties in addition to the property that you live in. In many cases, some of us have never been told even to buy our first real estate property. Many of us still are what we call tenants. Okay? So, it's not your fault. So let's talk about these more knowledgeable others. And when you're talking to these more knowledgeable others, you're going to remember this podcast. And you're going to start thinking about, am I really getting the information that I need from these more knowledgeable others? See, because the more knowledgeable others also went through the same school system that you went through. Yeah. Now, I've been blessed. The gift that I have that God gave me and helped me develop has allowed me to understand and to have wisdom on what's absolutely necessary for you to build the wealth that's important to you. So let's talk about these more knowledgeable others. If I can break this down here. So, what are more knowledgeable others? These are influencers. These are influencers around you every single day. And they shape your knowledge, your understanding, your greed, or your fear when it comes to money. The more knowledgeable others. Let's start with it. First, knowledgeable other. And I want to be clear here. When I make that statement, more knowledgeable others, these more knowledgeable others are people that you believe are more knowledgeable. It's who you believe that's more knowledgeable. And when you believe that they're more knowledgeable, you automatically trust them. And you trust the information that they're sharing with you. So whether that information is great information, good information, or not so good information, you still take it. You still receive it. In many cases, you're going to receive it and you're going to act on it. Maybe not all the time physically you're going to act on it, but mentally you're going to act on it. In order to build the wealth and take the emotions out of your decisions, you have to recognize there are more knowledgeable others. So let's start with them. One more knowledgeable other, parents. That's right. They love you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My mom and dad love me. My two brothers, loving family, right? We didn't have a lot, paycheck to paycheck. Mom, they paid the bills, but they taught us about money through their actions. Through their actions. There were things that my mom and dad did in their household and outside of the household that shaped our understanding of how money works, right? Let me kind of give you an example. My mom used to always play the lottery. She was a lottery player. She was always going to hit those three numbers. She was going to win. Or those scratch off tickets, right? That's all we saw our mom do when it came to money. It shaped our understanding of money. We thought to win financially, you had to gamble. Mm-hmm. We had to gamble. That's what we thought. That's the way to riches. The way to riches, the way to making it financially is to play the lottery. That's what mom taught us with her actions. Y'all with me? Had nothing to do with the fact that she did not love us. Sure, she loved us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My dad, my loving dad, shortcuts, shortcuts financially. Always was trying to find a way where he could win against the system. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Let me go back. Once again, my mom and dad, they made a way for us financially, food on the table every night. Hmm. They wanted better for me and my brothers, wanted us to get a good education, actually wanted us to go to college as well. Hmm. But my mom and dad shaped our understanding of how we should think about money, right? And there are more knowledgeable other. We trust in what they were doing to educate us to get to the next level financially. Say another one. How about your peers? How about your peers, man? Wow. You know, your coworkers. Mm-hmm. Your coworkers telling you you should invest in your 401k like this. You need to buy this particular stock. Bitcoin is better than this. You should be invested in Amazon. They're telling you all the things that you should be doing with your money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are your peers. Got a question for you. Do your peers know anything about your financial situation? Mm-hmm. Nope. Do they know how much you earn? Do they know what your debts are? Do they know what your risk level is? Do they know what your personal financial goals are? Mm-mm. No, no, no. They want you to perceive that they're smart with money, right? They want you to believe that they're smart with money. Just do what I do. You know what's so amazing about that? It's so amazing. I hear it all the time. You have peers, you have close associates. Mhm. That's another knowledgeable more. You have these people who tell you that, Aaron, I made money off this stock right here. Boy, this stock portfolio right here that I have is phenomenal. I made money on this. I made money on this. I made money on this. They can't tell you what return they made. They can't tell you how the investment works. But you know what's really, really interesting? They never tell you how much they lost in the investment. They only tell you how much they earned, how much they won, how much it grew. They never tell you how much they lost. Has anybody ever come to you and tell you how much they lost? Now, if they ever come to you and say they lost money, they always tell you they lost because someone else helped them lose it. They never say they lost it. Be careful. That's a more knowledgeable other. That more knowledgeable other is telling you how to manage your money. Here's another one. Educators, teachers, fantastic people. I love teachers. I'm where I'm today because of teachers. But be careful. Sometimes teachers get out of their lane when it comes to educating you, when it comes to personal finance. And it may not be direct. It could be totally indirect. Let me give you an example. It could be the type of cars that they drive. Maybe the type of shoes that they're wearing. Mhm. Man, Mr. Smith got them. Ooh, he's got those Gucci sneakers on. Ooh, I want to be like Mr. Smith. Uh-huh. Hmm. How many teachers make the salary to wear Gucci sneakers? It doesn't matter to me. You wear what you want to wear. I'm just saying what image is given to how we look at it as we're thinking about money. We pick up what our teachers tell us. We look at what our teachers have. We listen to what our teachers say. I'll give you an example. What if your teacher is telling you that you're not going to successfully get there? You don't want to, you why don't you think about doing this as a career versus this as a career? Hmm? See how they affect here? What they're really saying is you're not worthy of this, you're more worthy of this. That's a more knowledgeable other. Think about your money. These are things that this is how we're conditioned. See, we learn about money when we learn how to speak. Think about this for a second. Most of us, when we're thinking about money, we think about, oh, we don't figure out how money works or even have some concept or idea of money until I get out of high school. Or when I'm in middle school, going to high school, I started to learn. No, money is learned when you're young, 3 years old, as early, 4 years old. That's when you develop all this stuff. That's when you're getting these money concepts, these money ideas. You're getting the understanding to be greedy with money. Or you're getting the concepts or ideas of being fearful of money. Starts at 3 years old. That's why it's so hard to change the condition of how you think about money once you're older. Right? That's called money scripts. We'll talk about money scripts another day. Let's continue on. Once again, these are your more knowledgeable others. Again, your friends. Your friends. See, your friends have modest income. You go over to their home and say, oh, this is a beautiful home. They drive a fantastic car. But you have no idea if they're living paycheck to paycheck. But you perceive that they're doing well. You don't know if they're about to go into bankruptcy. Have no idea. But you perceive that they're doing well. You don't even know if they're saving 10, 15, 20% of their income. You just perceive that they're doing well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right? Once again, I got to ask you the question. Does it relate to your value system? Whatever money decision is, does it relate to your value system? Hmm. Let's talk about some more other knowledgeables. Professionals. Mm-hmm. Professionals. It's an interesting one, right? Why? But see, with professionals, we have this perception that because they own a certification or a designation If they have something behind their name, they have a PhD or MD or MBA. They know more than us when it comes to money. And they know more than us when it comes to money. Danger. Even if they can give you good, solid information on how to help you build your wealth, they still don't know about your personal situation. So they can't even be qualified to give you information because they don't know your personal financial situation. But because they're more knowledgeable, Regina is more knowledgeable. Regina, oh, she has an MD. She lives in this beautiful house. She has a business. She has these fine cars and things look well for her. She told me to invest in this, so I did it. Oh, by the way, when I did it, I didn't know all of the risks that was associated with doing it. I didn't understand the investment quite. But Regina says the one, I should do it. And I did it, and I got a bad outcome. Now that I got a bad outcome, I won't invest anymore. You just wrecked your financial life. Psychologically, you just been wrecked financially. That's once again listening to a more knowledgeable other. What's another more knowledgeable other? Salespeople. Salespeople. Mm-hmm. No, she's gotta be better, and she knows this stuff more than I do. Let me say this, and this is important as I'm having this conversation with you today. I don't want you to leave this opportunity today believing that other people can't be helpful to you to be successful financially. I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that many times you don't get the whole story when you're just talking with someone and you're watching someone and they're giving you information to do something. See, because when you're talking about building your financial life is just like when you plan your vacation. You plan it, right? You plan it to the day that you're going to leave, to when you get there, what you're going to do throughout when you're there, and you plan when you leave to return home safely. And that's your vacation. When it comes to your financial life, planning your daughter's wedding financially, planning your son's college education financially, planning to start and be successful in your own business, mhm, planning your retirement, mhm, and all the things that come with all of those things that I just mentioned. Those things take a strategic plan. It's not a one off, it's a plan. You have to create a plan that's going to allow you to reach all of these goals, but most important, it's got to match with your value system. See? So it's not just about getting information from other people, it's getting information from other people, then seeking financial advice, professional advice that's going to help you. But it's not just about receiving financial advice either, because sometimes mhm, salespeople, even though they're qualified, they're certified, maybe in this profession, it can show you the way. You still should be prepared to know what questions to ask that professional. You still should maintain control of your money and your situation. But once again, we're not in that position because we're not financially literate. And we're not financially literate because we weren't taught to be. It's not because you're not smart. You're tuning in right now, whether you are a RN, nurse, you could be a professional truck driver, you could be a medical doctor, scientist, federal worker. right? And you probably are really good at what you do. You're probably very knowledgeable what you do. And you're making great money. You're making great money. And you're asking yourself, why don't I have the financial wares to be where I think I should be right now in my life financially? I'm not there, Aaron. Why am I not there? What am I doing? What am I not doing to get me to where I want to go? I'm making nice income, but I'm not where I want to be financially. It's not your fault. It's the system, y'all. It's the system. So we got parents. They play a role. Your peers play a role. Your close associates, your friends play a role. Professionals, educators play a role. Social media, more knowledgeable. You trust them to be more knowledgeable. You're looking at TikTok. Mm-hmm. You're looking at TikTok. And you're saying, wow, that sounds like it makes sense. But you never get instructions from TikTok. See, money doesn't come with instructions, you all. Money doesn't come with instructions. It doesn't. There is no instruction manual for building wealth. That's not one. Now, you can create a financial plan that's custom to you, custom to your family, and you can follow that plan and you can win financially. But you're not going to get it out of the box. There's no box over here that you're going to get instructions from to say, hey, I want to do this to get me here. There's no instructions for that. Mm-mm. I hope that you were able to share, to learn. I hope that you took notes. We're going to, in our next podcast, I'm going to dive into the four money scripts. The four money scripts. It's going to be, it's going to actually open up your thought pattern as we share our emotions about money and where we get our money knowledge from and who we trust to give us information about money. That's going to connect to the four money scripts: money avoidance, money worship, money status, money vigilance. I'm going to talk about those. And I'm going to talk about how these four money scripts that we have, that we have, how they're dooming you in financially, or how you use them to maximize your opportunity. Look here, this is Daily Bread. I'm Aaron Smith, your financial design coach. I look forward to talking to you soon. God bless you.